Howdy, y'all. Caleb here. I wanted to tell you about a review we did with Stormkeep. Now, go check out their channel. I'm going to have a link below or here on this video. We did a 9-hour review of the Seraphon Battle Tome. Awesome, epic. Go watch that one because that is going to give you all the info on every single war scroll in the list. So, what we did, one of the things that we came up with in that Battle Tome review was we ranked all the units. And you can see here how the Stormkeep uses their ranking system. They have different tiers for each unit, and we'll look at those real quick. S tier is high impact ability or a unique aspect that defines the list. A tier is strong and versatile. B tier, a specific but still useful niche. So if you see something in B tier, that doesn't mean it's not good. It just has something that it's doing very specifically, and it does it well. C tier is situational useful. Maybe you'll use it sometimes for a very specific purpose, but you're not going to see it in a lot of lists. D tier, significantly flawed, a bad niche. And F tier is too niche, never worth using. How we ended up ranking those was S tier, we got the Raptidon Chargers, the Slann, Lord Croak, Astrolith Bear, Skink Starseer, and Skink Oracle on Troglodon. All those are very strong. You see those a lot, especially in Dracothian's Tail on the Starborn side, but they still have uses over in Coalesced as well. Your Slann, Croak, all have very good uses in Coalesced. Raptidon Chargers are they're just always good. A little fragile, but they're going to do a lot of damage. Astrolith Bear buffs up everything, gives everything wards. A nice little source general if you need a cheap one. Skink Starseer hands out those wards for everybody. Just so juicy. And of course, the Skink Oracle on Troglodon is part of that lovely combination of the Croak Bomb, where you're going to pass out a lot of mortal wounds to your opponent. So all those get S tier because they are very, very good in our list. Now, A tier, I want to remind you, is strong and versatile units. Here we see a lot of the Source popping up. Source Warriors, they are very durable. They have a lot of wounds now. They've gone up in points, but they can be a very tough unit, especially over in Coalesced. You'll probably see them played there mostly, but they are strong and versatile. Source Guard you'll see a lot in both types of lists because they're going to guard all of your heroes now, except monsters, but all the other heroes they're going to guard, and they do that very well. And for pretty cheap. One of the cheaper battle lines we've got. Skinks are still very useful because they can do lots of crazy redeployment stuff. They're still extremely cheap. When you need them to fill out that battle line, they do it well, and they'll still do what they need to do, which is grab objectives, redeploy away from things that are coming to get them, and so in that role they play pretty well. Spawn of Chotek is strong because it does allow us to get that -1 rend, but it's versatile in that you can either shoot them short range or shoot them long range. So it has a little bit of play there in how you want to play with that unit. Skink Star Priest will buff up everything in the army. Really, you want to throw that onto units that have lots of attacks. Source Old Blood, just a fantastic Coalesce monster. Gives you extra command points, basically. You're allowed to do a command point twice in the same turn. One for free, so that is very good. A Bastiladon coming in with less attacks, but -3 rend, flat 3 damage. That's fun. That's juicy, but it definitely has a role. B tier, remind, is a specific but still useful niche. So here we see the Agrodon Lancers in a very specific niche of that, kind of going across the board, fast attack. You'll see these a lot in Coalesced. They have a very specific purpose there. They're not going to be overpowered. These aren't fulminators. These things aren't going to be a terrible menace throughout the entire game, but they have a very specific purpose, and a lot of times it's going to be that alpha strike in a Coalesced list. We have Pterodon Riders, which can still do mortal wounds. They still have a purpose, probably not real strong, which is why they're B tier. Hunters of Huanche with Bolas, also known as the battle tactic scorers. They have a role there. Kroxigor Warspawn are good in their role. Bastiladon with Arc of Sotek is just a tank that can throw out some mortal wounds occasionally. Stegodons have a role. A little too expensive right now. I'd like to see them drop a few points. Same with the Stegodon Chief. He's just a little bit too expensive, which gets him down into B tier. Terra Wings, Kroxigor, Scar Veteran all end up in C tier, which is the situational useful. So Terra Wings can be useful in what they do. Kroxigor's the same. Scar Veteran on Carnosaur generally is only situationally useful if you're missing out on those 30 extra points you need. Down in D tier, which we rank as significantly flawed, a bad niche, we've got Ripperdactyl Riders. They're cheap enough, but in general, I think I'd rather just have Raptidon Chargers than Ripperdactyls. Raptidon Hunters, which kind of the same thing. Their role just really isn't quite useful enough. Chargers are the better option. Hunters of Huanche with Dart Pipes. I find myself not really having that extra 40 points that to get the Dart Pipes in over the Bolas. They are a source of a few mortal wounds, but in general, especially on the starboard side of things, you're going to have enough mortal wounds that you're not going to need a few extra ones here, especially for the point cost. It's tight to get in those extra points. Source Old Blood on foot just doesn't really serve a role that the Old Blood on Carnosaur isn't going to do better. Scar Veteran on Agrodon, kind of the same situation there. Ripperdactyl Chief, Pterodon Chief, very cheap, but just not really pulling their weight. Angel of the Gods, I probably would have ranked this one down at F tier, just because I'm salty. And then we've got F tier, which is your too niche, never worth taking, is the Star Blood Stalkers. So overall, we have most of the book is viable, C tier or higher, and that's a good sign. That means that there's plenty of play here in the book, lots of good units that you can take in your army. I'm gonna repeat again. Go check out our review with the Stormkeep. Stormkeep number 46, we do the Battle Tome review of Seraphon, and it is 9 hours worth of gold content that you don't want to miss. So go check them out. Linked below in the description and the comments. All right, guys. See y'all next time.